Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a 2022 reading journal, book journal, kind of flip through, and I'm going to show you guys how I plan to start and set up my 2023 book journal. And I'm actually about 2 books in so far, and we're at the 11th of January, so tracking a little bit behind my yearly goal. I'm hoping to do like 10 books a month, but maybe I should drop it to 8 just to make it a little bit more attainable, but we'll see. So anyway, I'm using a moleskin journal for my reading journal, these for 2022 and 2023. And you can see here, it's starting to bend a little. And I think I sort of glued in one of the pages a little strange, but that's okay. If you like bind it here, it basically stays in place. So anyway, let's see how we're starting out. On the main page here, I added in a little pocket, and it was kind of pink and more pastel tone, but I'm sort of going for a neutral theme here. So I ended up wrapping some washi tape, this kind of map washi tape around the envelope, and it worked out really well. And I added this little notation here that I got from this like dictionary library series deck. And in this pocket, I've basically been keeping little book printouts of books that I plan to read this year. And actually, this year so far, I've already finished The Cruel Prince, and I'm halfway through The Wicked King, so I'll be setting up the book journal shortly. And I have these actually on the Kindle app, and I just finished Never Lie, so I'll be setting that up with you guys here as well. And this, in case of loss, please return to section, instead of writing my name, I decided to do just kind of like a stickered layered layout here, which I think I'm really liking, sort of fits the theme. All right, and nothing on this page but a little bit of washi tape. And this was in, if you saw my part 1 journal, or if you want to see how I set this page up, I have a video on my channel, but this is sort of the introductory page, book journal, sort of an intro. And here we are. This I did off camera because I think I was talking about how it takes me a little bit of time, especially if I'm doing some kind of like a long-term spread versus like a daily planner. I really wanted to think about what I wanted to put on the page. So I started out with some craft paper on the corners here, added in some washi tapes up top, down here, some quotes from the different books I read, and then I cut out the dates here, which you'll see I'm going to be doing in 2023. So I'll just show you, I just printed it out, and I'm just going to cut around in box form similar to this today. And I decided, initially I was going to do my book journal in a chronological order, but then I felt like it was a little bit jumbled and all over the place because some of these are in series or like book sets, and I didn't want to I didn't necessarily read everything in a row. So I decided to just do like a fantasy spread. So this page is all the fantasy type novels that I read in 2022. Of course, there's the A Court of Thorn and Roses. I went through the Caraval series. Once Upon a Broken Heart, the second book I just picked up, and I plan to read it for 2023, but I decided to just kind of put it in here. I can at least do a rating system together, and then I think in 2023 I'm going to repaste another picture of the book and sort of jot down my thoughts. Those are my plans for this year. And then the Dance of Thieves, Vow of Thieves series, Fable. I have not read Namesake, mainly because I couldn't find a hardcover copy for so long. Eventually I did get it. It's on my shelf waiting to be read. So like this book, I'm going to probably paste it in the 2023 when I get around to it and do a little notation section. Shadow and Bone, I only read the first book. I think it was a little bit slow for me towards the end, so I'll have to pick it back up. We'll see if I get back to it. From Blood and Ash, actually I did read this book. I would probably give this I'll give this one a 4. I did enjoy this book. And I think I actually started the second one, but I did not finish. So I will probably have to add these on to this year. I hope to kind of close off some of these series. So this is a nice kind of like overview page. On this page for 2022, basically all of my suspense novels except for The Love Hypothesis. Apparently I was really into suspense, thrillers, psychological, crime books. And I also have kind of these Colleen Hoover books down here too, but they were somewhat suspenseful, I guess, especially Layla and Verity. But yeah, I just put these all on one spread, basically making kind of like a hanging light bulb thing up here with a little quote down here, some stickers, some washi tape and craft paper. And yeah, I was really happy with how this spread turned out. So that's basically the books that I read in 2022 from what I could recall from my list, unless I read something and didn't put it down, but I think I captured most of it. I didn't do a final book count, but I'll probably have to do that soon, but definitely did not hit my goal of 100 from last year. You know, I probably should do like 5 books per month. I think that's like a doable amount in case I'm slower on some months. I can stack up more books another month. So we'll see. I haven't completely decided just yet, but I have some goals, you know. All right, so now moving on to 2023. Let's see. So I think for this year, I want to do sort of a goal section. So let's take a look and see. This video might not be super smooth from this point out, as I'm not 100% sure what I want to do for my spread, but let's get started. Just gonna cut out these in sort of little block squares. I feel like it kind of gives it like a typewriter feel. So let's see here, I'm just gonna cut some more. And all I did was print out some numbers, well actually the date, on a font that I liked on Pages or Microsoft Word. I have Pages because I'm using an Apple computer. But let's take a look here. There we go, perfect. Okay, so obviously the white on white is kind of blending into the background here. So I'm just gonna move those off the page and see what kind of paper I can use. I might do, so for this page I had slightly darker tone, and then I went to like slightly lighter one, which I think I'm going to do the lighter one again. As to how I'm going to do it, let's see, I think I'm going to tear a little bit over here, and let's see, does that work? Something like that. Let me see. I think I'm going to cross over the midline a little bit. So I'm just going to go like that. There we go. And I like when it's like to a frayed edge. There we go, like that. All right, so as I learned in my last video, I kind of score a little, but mostly use the page itself to fold it down. And all right, that's pretty good. And it's gonna tail over just like that. And I got a different glue stick from my last video. I'm using this like extra, well, the other one said extra strength, I think too. However, the base of this is much larger, so I can cover more surface area. And so far I've had some pretty good luck. So let's see, we're gonna line up the right edge here. And I'm just gonna fold it so it lies nicely there. Good. And then if I need to like re-glue parts, can easily be done, right? Okay, good. I wanted to like lay more flat than my other one. There we go. And that looks pretty good. This page was a little bit, had a little bit of a rise on this side. It doesn't lie completely flat. I think it's just that point in this specific book. And then all you need to do is round off the corner from the opposite side. I like to go from the back end. It's a little bit easier. There we go. Pretty easy. This one should be much easier because it's not folding over a page. And then I guess you don't actually have to overlap from one page to the next. I just feel like it gives it like a nice little continuous look, but not necessary. And here I'm just lining up the tops. And then once I like it, I'm just gluing it down. And I'm gonna flip it and just, ooh, my goodness, okay. Angle the edge here. Sorry, there's a lot of noise outside. There's some landscaping going on. Of course, right when I want to film, right? Okay, there we go, perfect. So what do I want to do next? So like I said, I wanted this page to be like a reading tracker. So I think if my goal is 5 books per month, let's do that. So 60 books a year. So I'm gonna do like 60 boxes or 60 of something that I can like count through and or highlight and go through that way. Oh, quietly, I like it. Oh, this is kind of cool. So I'm just going through like old stationery that I had from last year. How do they use this? Like this? And is this even a sticker or is this something I need to like glue on? So I'm more inclined to use this if it's like a sticker, but if I need to like glue this myself, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using that. Yeah, this is not necessarily. Ooh, but I do like how that peeks out. You know what? Let's see. It's not glued in, so I don't have to commit to anything here. I mean, this isn't even really my style. I don't even know. You know what? This is not really my style. All right, so obviously this is a very, I'm doing this as I go. So let's see. I want to put some washi tape down this way. I have some of this too. Again, not super planned out here. Sorry guys if you're hoping for something. I mean, is it repetitive if I kind of go across like this again? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go this way with some washi tape on the bottom edge. Okay, and I wonder if it's odd if I like crisscross like this. All right, let's just cut the other side and then we can evaluate. Do we like how that looks? If not, we're gonna take it out. Okay, the edge is a little bit folded, that's okay. You know what, that looks not bad. And I kind of like it because it's holding this edge down, so I'm probably going to stick with that. Excuse me, I'm still recovering, not 100% yet. And let's see, do I want to like peel down a little bit this way? This side's lacking something. Let me take a look here. I also still want to be able to write, so you know, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Where can I put this? I might just do kind of like a simplified thing like this, 2023. This looks really like empty, but you know what? This is not, this is my, my overall tracking page, so I think I'm okay with that. Let's get to gluing here. So I'm just gonna stick that here. 20. I have a feeling this video is going to be really long. But if you guys are trying to do like a similar spread, sometimes these slower videos are easier to follow along to. All right, good. And let's see, I'm just going to slightly overlap there. Okay, I think I like that. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. All right, so what I want to do next is I want to sort of highlight behind it. I'm trying to find a pen that's not too dark, but I think it will come up dark. Let's see, I'm going to try this mild liner here. It's because it marks differently on the craft paper versus the moleskin notebook. I have a feeling my finger's inking. Okay, good. And I'm just gonna go this way. see it's like lighter on there. All right, that's okay. So I'm not in love with this spread yet. Sometimes it takes, you know, these kinds of things take some time. Let's see, there are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. Oh, I like that. Ooh, this is kind of cute too. Oh, this is too close of a color to that. Let's see. Big James. Oh, I should probably show you guys. I have this little box that like a coffee one. That I have like a bunch of different like cutouts of really aesthetic pictures, and it has been very useful for planning. And these are stickers here too. So let me see. I use some of these in another spread. So the problem is if I start adding too many things here, I won't have space to put my book tracker. So I probably can't use this card here, so I'm going to put that away. I do like that quote. This little cat is pretty cute. Could do like that. Oh, a book one. Let's do a book one. Can I go like this? Oh, like this. That's nice. And then I'm going to take one of these stickers and layer. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Let's hold my spot. I'm just going to take the sticker out. So these are stickers, thankfully. They're just sometimes a little bit challenging to find the little edge, but I just found it. They're very thin. So what was I doing? Something like this. So let's do this. Okay, nice. And I like that they're so thin because, well, it's a little bit tricky in terms of trying to get it to be perfectly aligned because it's so thin, but because it's thin, it lies so nicely on the paper. I don't know. It doesn't add any bulk. I mean, I do like adding bulk sometimes because it makes it look nice and chunky like at the end of the year, but it's sometimes nice to have it lie really flat as well. Okay, again, super duper thin. You can see how thin that is. And we just have to be careful with how we line it up. So that's gonna be crooked. So that's what I mean, like you wanna make sure it's like super straight. And let's see, so I'm gonna actually line the right edge and then maybe lift here and then go back. That's a better way to do it. There we go, beautiful. Okay. Actually, can you guys see? Sorry, it's like cutting off a little bit. I didn't have the camera placed as ideally as it should have been. Let me see what other things here. I kind of like this long tag, but it sticks out just a little. Or I could just go like this and cut the edge. I'm gonna do that. Whoops. Okay. So let me put some of these away before I lose. I like to organize things if I can as I'm planning because it can get really messy, this kind of planning, but if you can stay organized, that's ideal. Okay, let's see here. I'm just gonna put it like right up to the edge. There we go. Okay, I like that. Oh yeah, and I actually did a little thing here, which I thought was kind of cool. Ooh, discover. Should we put discover somewhere? Discover. Is that weird there? You know, I think I'm gonna add it. I like that it says discover. All right, let's see. That's the only thing. These are hard to peel as well. I'm so close. All right, well, let's see here. Hopefully you guys, if you are doing a reading journal along with me, you've got some stickers and paper and all your supplies to make it go smooth. It's nice when you have everything like open or just like around you versus having to like sort through things, because I feel like that takes up a lot more time. Okay, perfect. So let's see now. I think I'm going to maybe add in my little tracker now. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Maybe circles? Would circles be good? Not really sure. I think I'll have to think this one through. So I'm gonna probably have to think that through. I'm not sure what shape. I didn't think about like, I think I have to like space it out a little bit. All right, so let's go into here. Let's do the first book of the year. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? Sorry, just hit me. I wanted to do an outline. Let me show you guys here. So I'm gonna approximate that much. And I'm using a, probably shouldn't have gone to there. Okay. I'm using a 0.8 micron pen. You're probably like, what are you doing? I am, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to write on this washi tape well. So I'm going to just go like this. Kind of right around it. Ooh, I'm liking this already. So I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. And that's actually gonna go up. I want it to go a little bit past. Because of the 2023, if I had thought about this a little bit more carefully, again, not super planned out. Let's do this. Oh, I really like this already. Okay. And now the decision is, am I going to carry this through the craft paper up top or not? Let's see. Let's do this first. What do you guys think? Should I go up? You know, I'm just going to leave it like that. Although I did go on this and it looks really nice. You know what? I am going to go. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to leave it. You guys are probably like, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm going to leave it just because the numbers are a little bit too close. If I were to redo this, I would shift this down a little bit and then capture around, but that looks nice. That actually like really closed it off. So you know what? I'm going to continue this throughout 2023. Look at this. I'm just deciding things as I go here. Okay. So for this spread, I'm just going to go like this. Okay, so basically I'm just like tearing paper and I'm just gonna tuck that in. Okay, perfect. And we're just gonna glue. So for 2023, since I started my book journal sort of backdating 2022, I didn't have a chance to like write down all my thoughts on everything because honestly I can't remember like all of the books and like how I felt while reading. So I wrote a little bit on the fantasy ones because those are more of a commitment. They weren't like just one day reads like some of these suspense novels. But yeah, I think regardless of what genre the book is for this year, I want to actually make notes and like write down what I thought about each book. Sorry, it's starting to shake here. Have a little bit of glue here. That's totally fine. Not too concerned about that. And, you know, am I going to put something in the middle? Let me just score an edge here. Edge here. Trying to decide. I'm just going to do like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna line the bottom edge up and close the book. Seems to be the best foolproof way to do this. But yeah, let's take a look here. All right, basically just gonna glue that in, fold the page down. Nice. Why is that lifting? Can always add more glue if you need. Okay, that's looking pretty good. What did I do here? had a little bit of washi tape. I'm just gonna, you know, so I'm really loving this outline that I did. I think I'm gonna carry it through to the other pages. So I'm gonna go back and add that outline because I think it looks so clean and so nice. Let me finish adding some washi tape first. I'm gonna do kind of a similar spread that I did to the previous one. I'm just changing the angle here. So basically I've read 2 books for 2023 so far. So I'm going to enter each book into its own little area, and I'm going to write a little bit about it. Not like a novel or anything, just maybe if I had some thoughts about it, if I felt a certain way about the book, if I liked the book. So for the Cruel Prince, which is the first book I read, I did not actually enjoy reading it at all. It was more of a means to an end because I wanted to read the next 2 books, as I heard they were really, really good. And the series as a whole got rated higher because of the other 2. There we go. That looks good. So I'm going to write a little bit about that. And then the next book I read was Never Lie, which was like a suspenseful, suspense psychological thriller. It was good. It was a quick read, but I mean, it was predictable, but also not predictable. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's kind of how I felt. It's strange. But if you've read it, maybe you'll know what I'm talking about. Would I read it again? Yeah, I mean, like if you want like a quick read, something to read while you're, I don't know, waiting for an appointment, or just are in like a little bit of a reading slump, that was a good one to get out of a reading slump, I think. But yeah, I think I would rate it like, I don't really do half ratings, but maybe I should for this year. I would give it like a 3.5 maybe. Look how clean that looks. I'm like really enjoying doing this. And now because I don't have any like numbers or anything, I am gonna carry it through, kind of like the bottom there. Oops, probably should have done one big line. I purposely picked up this big ruler so that I could connect it better, but that's okay. Wow, that looks really, really nice and clean. Okay, I'm actually gonna zoom in a little. Actually now bothering me that you guys can't see. Okay, perfect. That looks really nice. So I think that's a good start. Okay, so should I mark up January? You know what? Maybe I will do that. Okay, so this is my very messy little scrap piece here, but this is kind of what I was using. I kind of basically took out fonts that I liked and wrote all the letters down in Silhouette app and basically cut out some letters just like that. And I've been using it, and it adds like a nice touch to my spreads, I think. Okay, and I'm gonna use this to outline it here, just still using the really thick 08 micron pen. But when I write like my thoughts and stuff, I'm gonna journal with a 01. All right, actually it's a little bit uneven there. All right, let's see. Jan. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do. Okay, so the first thing I read this month was The Cruel Prince. So I'm just, if you saw my other video, all I do for this is I'm just basically cutting out or saving images from goodreads.com, resizing them to about 0.6 by 0.6 by 1 inch, so 1 inch in height, and it automatically scales it down for me, and I've just kind of been saving them and printing them. And basically that little pocket that I put in here, I'm just storing the books that I know I'm going to read this year, or you know, if I'm not planning like each book out, then I can like save them in a file and then print them out and then take them out when I need. So let's do it like this. Yeah. So I think I'm going to use, so I said I was going to use the 0.1 later. I will, but I'm going to use the 0.08 pen to do that. Nice. And let's do this. Let's glue this in. Cruel Prince for me gets maybe like, I don't know, I would almost give it like, I gave it a 3 earlier, but sure, I'll give it a 3. And I think people rate it higher because after they read the other two, this book is like, oh, okay, the whole series is good. But I didn't love it, but that's okay. Holly Black. All right, and then I'm gonna give it 3 stars. And since I'm doing them in these little boxes here, basically going to do like that, and then I'll do a little excerpt about it. So you know what, since I am currently reading The Wicked King, and obviously The Queen of Nothing is going to be my last read, I'm going to read these in a row. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up the spots for it, just because I feel like it's going to get a little messy or scattered and disconnected, and I do want to keep series together. So I changed my mind. Let's do this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the stencil so that I don't have to worry about aligning anything. I'm just going to line up this top edge and that gives me like a nice spacing here. So we'll do that again. Top edge, side edge, and okay, great. All right, and you know, I actually probably didn't need to highlight that, but since I already did it, it would have looked better if there was more space between, like if I had moved it in a little, but it would be uneven if I did it differently now. I'll move it just slightly so that, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, just have to remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes, that's why I kind of like, so when I plan like my weekly videos, the week changes so quickly that it's okay if it's like not perfect, versus like something like this where I'm actually going to look at it over and over again. I feel like more pressure, but I shouldn't do that to myself. I should try not to add pressure. So you see how like I shifted it? Yeah, now it looks like a little bit off, but I'm gonna live with it. It's fine. Okay, and then I also read, yeah, a little bit of a smear there. I read Never Lie, so I'm gonna add that in. Actually, let's put this in. I downloaded all of the same author. I just downloaded a bunch of her books on the Kindle. They're really fast reads, but I figured, oh, I liked her reading style from the get-go, so I was like, you know, maybe I'll just add it in. Should I do that? And I'm gonna shift it just a little bit. Okay, nice. Oops, sorry, it's like so noisy. I think for future spreads, I'm not going to highlight the book. It is actually bothering me a little bit. I wonder if I use like a lighter highlighter, if it's less. Oh yeah, that's better. I'll just do that from now on. Perfect. And I'm giving this 4 stars, so let's do this here. 2, 3. And this box is so perfect for like the little cutouts plus a rating and some words. All right, well, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video and were able to do a book spread along with me. And yeah, I'm excited for 2023 and all the books we're gonna read. All right, I will see you guys next week. Thank you. Have a good day.